Hi students, how are you all? Welcome in our English lecture and we have poem 16, Come Out With Me. Come Out With Me is a great poem done by the great poet A. A. Milne, 1882 to 1956. A. A. Milne is a great poet and is the best known that creator of the teddy bear. A. A. Milne poet is known as the great poet and is best known as the creator of the teddy bear. Then Winnie the Pooh. Besides that, children poems, millions that Milne also wrote some plays and novels. So that Milne poet is a great poem and he has done many plays and novels. So we'll see about this poem, Come Out With Me. He has done great achievement in the field of poetry. So Come Out With Me is one of his that best known poems. So in this poem, Come Out With Me, poet is giving us guidance about some natures and natural things, and we have to progress in our life. Run along, run along, run along. That is the main that theme. We have to run according to the needs. You will see the poem. There is sun on the river and sun on the hill. You can hear the sea if you stand quite still. There is 8 puppies at Roundboat's farm and I saw an old sailor with only one arm. So here some strange things are there. In the first stanza, poet is talking about some strange things. See there is a sun on the river. So on the river, you can see sun and sun on the hill. We all know that there is a one sun, but from different image, from different point of view, from different view, it can look different. So poet has seen that sun from the river bank. So sun looks on the river. Then another view is there on the hill. So sun looks on the hill also. So the poet is saying sun is there. It's on the river also and on the mountain also. Then you can hear the sea if you stand quite still. So here poet is guiding us. If you stand on the seashore, means on river bank, you will listen the sound of water. That waves are coming from the seas, how they are dashing with the river bank or the sea bank, and how the water, that's running water, passing water sound, that sound that makes the writer or the poet very amazing. So the poet is saying you can hear the sea if you stand quiet. If you stand quietly on the seashore, then definitely you will be able to listen that sound of sea. So whenever we'll go on the seashore, we'll able to listen sound of that water. You have generally seen when you went on the seashore. So waves are coming far from the sea and it comes on the seashore at very great speeds. Some waves are very high. So that waves sound you can listen. The poet is talking about that if you stand quietly, you will be able to listen that sound of that waves of sea. There is 8 new puppies at Roundabout farm. That's one farm is there, that owner is there, that Roundabout at his farm, that 8 new that kids of puppies, means that kids puppies are there, kids of that dogs that are there. So poet is saying there are 8 new puppies at roundabouts that farm, and I saw an old sailor with only one arm. Sailor is there. Generally, have you seen that sailor that use two hands? Have you seen that? I know you have seen that a sailor uses two hands. He holds the rudder in his hand and moving that rudder very quickly. So boat will move in that particular direction. So with one hand sailor is there. So it makes that writer in confusion. That is one of the strange thing. There is a 8 new that puppies at roundabout farm that also makes the poet very confused and amazing. So here you can see the sun is there on the river and sun is on the hill. Same sun is there. So it makes the writer, means the poet, confused. You can hear the sea if you stand quite still. So, if you stand quietly, you will be able to listen that sound of the water, means that waves. There is 8 new puppies at that roundabout farm. It's an amazing thing for the poet. And the poet saw an old that sailor with only one arm. One arm is not there. With only one arm, sailor is there. That makes the poet amazement. And it makes it confusing. But everyone says, run along, run along, run along. Poet saying, but everyone says, run along, run along, run along. All of them say, run along, I am busy as can be. Everyone says, run along. So here, all of them say, run along, I am busy as can be. Everyone says, run along, that is a little darling. Means with whom the poet is going, that all persons telling to the poet that we are busy only. In short, they don't have time for nature. They don't have time for nature. They are not enjoying the beauty of nature. They were very busy in their household work, even did not get time for that nature. So they all saying, run along, run along, run along. I am busy as can be. Everyone says, run along. There is a little darling, means that beloved of that poet. If I am a little darling, why don't they run with me? It makes the poet confused. That all persons are saying to poet, little darling. If the poet is little beloved, then why all are not following the poet? All are saying little darling. If a writer, poet is little darling, then why all are not following to him? That is the question in the minds of a poet. Next thing is that, but everyone says run along, run along, run along. All of them say run along, and there is little darling. If I am little darling, then why don't they run with me? It is a question in poet's mind. Next thing is that we can see there is a wind on the river and wind on the hill. Same thing. First, that sun makes the writer confused. First, that sun, it makes the poet confused because there is a sun on the hill also, sun on the that river also. So here there is a wind on the river and wind on the hill. On the hillside, wind is there, that same wind blowing on the river side. So wind that is the same, it blows on the river. So poet will that the river wind is there on the river. Next time and where that wind is there, it blows on the hill. So poet thought it's that wind blows on the hill only. There is a dark dead water wheel under the mill. One mill is there, of that grinding mills. There is a dark dead water wheel is there under the mill. In earlier time, that windmills were there. With the use of windmill, people that grind their grains and mix that powder, and they mix that chapatis from that. So it's a windmill, and they use that energy, that wind energy, to run that machine, which that water wheel. So there is a dark dead that water wheel under the mill. I saw a fly which had just been drawn, and it's a dark wind is there, dark water wheel is there, a wheel turned by the movement of water. In short, with the force of water, that wind, that mill's wheel will move. So I saw fly which had just been drawn, and I know where a rabbit goes into the ground. The poets indicate the beauty of that mill and the rabbit also, that where are the rabbits going? Poet says he knows that where a rabbit that goes into the ground. You have seen that rabbits are moving here and there in farm, and that's wing of eyes, it disappears in the grass. So where they are going, where they are hiding, that poet want to know, and poet already know that where that rabbit has gone and which direction, and where that rabbit hide itself in the grass. And I know where a rabbit goes into the ground. If rabbit is grazing in the ground, people will come, and definitely rabbit will run away, and it's hide in that wing of ice. So where that rabbit going, that poet knows. But everyone says, run along, run along, run along. All are saying, run along, run along, run along. All of them say, yes dear, and never notice me. All are saying to writer that yes dear, but that writer, poet, he did not notice this thing. Everyone says, run along, there is a little darling. All are saying, run along, there is a little darling. If I am a little darling, why don't they come and see? Question in the poet's mind is that if I am darling, then why don't they come with me and they see me? All of them say, yes dear, never notice me. All are just saying to writer that positive answer, but they even did not notice that writer or means that poet. Everyone says just run along, and run along. There is a little darling, and if I am a little darling, why don't they come and see? So question in that poet's mind, if I am little darling, then why they are not coming? Why they did not come and see me? What happened to them? So that in poet's mind, there are many questions about this, about nature, about that sun is on the wind, and that if sun is there, on the hill is there or on the river is there. Wind is there, it is on the hill is there or on the river. So there are many questions in the mind of poet, that wind, sun, where the rabbit goes whenever it's afraid, and he saw that one arm, that sailor, and that 8 puppies at the palm of that roundup. So these all things makes the writer very confused, and there is amazement in writer's mind. He feels like that's amazing. That's all things they notice that are very strange for the writer, and it is very strange for the writer. So in all poem, come out with me, come out with me, come out with me. The writer is confused about lot many things, and you can see in this poem that there is confusion about the wind, sunlight, nature, about that puppies, dog, that which gives birth to the puppies. The poet has seen one puppy, but after many days it gives birth, then 7 or then 8 puppies come. So there is a confusion in mind of the poet, from where this much puppies came. And I saw old sailor with only one that arm. So how that sailor sailed that boat from one place to another place with only one hand? That is a strange and confused thing for the poet. Then all are saying him, run along, run along, run along, means busy thing. So everyone says that little darling, but still not understand that if he is a little darling, why don't they run with that poet, and why don't they come and see him? So it's a nice poem about that, come out with me, about nature. I hope you understand and enjoy this poem. Thank you children. Bye.